There's nothing like a cool, crisp fall day that's all about football, and today I'm setting up the most perfect tailgate. Starting out with dips. Dips are 100% essential at a tailgate. I'm doing what I'm calling my talk trash dip, also known as Texas trash dip. So I'm gonna start out with some cream cheese. Tailgates have just gotten a lot fancier than when I was growing up. My childhood, I just remember picking up a bucket of fried chicken, my dad bringing a cooler, and then just literally putting down the tailgate. People go all out. It's when they start bringing in the chandeliers that I'm like, you've done too much. Mix in 2 cans of refried beans, taco seasoning, a can of diced green chilies. Mix all this together. Then a cup of sour cream. Give that a mix. And then we're going to put some shredded cheese inside and some on the top. These are your friend at a tailgate. We will have enough fancy going on when we get there. We don't want to deal with too many dishes. More cheese on top. Like, it doesn't have to be fussy, but it also doesn't have to be all store-bought. So this is ready to go. On to the cold dip. A creamy, yet also crunchy, loaded BLT dip. I'm calling it loaded because it's a lot more than just bacon, lettuce, and tomato. All right, so I'm gonna start out by cooking some bacon. 8 ounces of cream cheese with about a cup of sour cream and about a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. Party's favorite packet, ranch seasoning. Just mix it up. And then as you chill it, it's going to thicken back up and set up. The person that inspired this recipe for me, she also added some shredded cheddar cheese to this because it's a loaded BLT. There is only one lettuce when it comes to BLT. Iceberg. You don't want to put this on too early. Iceberg, while I love its crunchiness, it goes away fast after you cut it. Small chop it because you want a little bit in every bite. For the tomatoes, I'm using Roma. They're a little less juicy and seedy, so they're less likely to water down your dips. Bacon, cooked and crispy. Get all the grease off for the perfect bite. This one is ready for the tailgate. You can just cover it and then bring it out. And then you just kind of scoot everything back over. It's like it never happened. Next component of a perfect tailgate menu is the sandwich category. I'm giving you the Italian grinder slider done slightly different. This is where you have to have something hearty and handheld because let's face it, you need a little something to soak up the bad decisions throughout the day. The Hawaiian roll is the perfect vessel for the tailgate sandwich. Do not discard these. This is how we will transport them to the tailgate. You've seen this before. You know the drill. But time to break free from the classic ham and Swiss slider. This just feels a little more game day. Just gonna melt the butter, a little garlic in the butter. I'm just gonna brush this on the cut sides and then toast them. All right, pop this in here. Just about 5 minutes. And now we mix up what makes it a grinder. I'm gonna make almost like a little slaw of the toppings. So banana peppers. I love crunchy raw red onion. If you don't, you can leave it out. You just wanna like very thinly slice it. Then I'm gonna add in some red wine vinegar and a little extra virgin olive oil. Some Italian seasoning. This is one of the only times I use this. This is what gives it that like deli flavor. And controversial, but a little mayonnaise. I think it makes it just a little bit. Just mix all this together and then salt and pepper. That, and then I'm gonna slice some tomato. Again, really thin slices because as they sit, you don't want them to get too soggy. This is how we're gonna build it, transport it, and keep our mess to a minimum. I'm going down with the cheese first. Provolone cheese, sliced deli ham, pepperoni. We're gonna add our tomatoes. If you were gonna add lettuce, this is the time to add it. I'm just gonna add in our like pepper slaw that we made. And then, you know, we can't just put the bread right on top, so this is where our last meat will come in. Some salami, and then the rest of your pack of cheese. Most packs have like 10 to 12 slices in it, so you can just put the rest right on top. And now we've protected the wet from the dry, and your sliders are made. I'm gonna go ahead and even cut them. Then you can just secure it back up. No need to dirty up a transportation dish. Secure it, And then you can just stick it straight in the cooler. And all we have to do is set it out on its platter when we get there. Smart and delicious. We are going to do marinated hot dogs. One thing about me and football is I love a stadium dog. We're going to cook them when we get to the tailgate, but this is a step you're going to do at home. I am going to just make a few little indentions in them just so the flavor can seep into it. Then into a Ziploc bag, because this can just get thrown away when we get there. I've had these, but I've never done it. So this is my first time. But apparently Italian dressing is the key ingredient. And then I like a steak seasoning, a little bit of that. And that's it. 2 little things, but it's gonna set your hot dogs apart from everybody else's. You could add other seasonings in here. I don't think it's necessary. You've got plenty of salt, herbs, spices. Hot dogs are salty. These might change your life. Not only do I like to finish off with just a little something sweet, but also there's probably kids running around and they're gonna want something sweet. When it comes to desserts, I also want something handheld. We're gonna do handheld and a little festive. I'm gonna show you 2 easy dessert options. The first is a chocolate chip Fluffernutter blondie. It's like a peanut butter cookie meets a brownie. And to me, that's perfection. And it all comes together in one bowl. Okay, 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter in with the butter, 1/2 a cup of white sugar, and 1 cup of brown sugar. All right, so then I'm just gonna mix this together until it's light and fluffy, and then I'm going in with 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. You don't need that other white because we don't want it to get like so fluffy. All right, and then just get these mixed in. All right, and now you just stir in the other ingredients. 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 a teaspoon of salt. And then we're gonna stir this in, and just until it's blended. You don't wanna overmix this. That is the nutter to our fluffer. But now we go in with the fluff. Mini marshmallows, 1.5 cups, and 2 cups of chocolate chips. I don't know, these are the kind of baking recipes that are just less intimidating. Then you also feel like they're just more sophisticated because they're not from a box. See, people? I do make stuff not from my box sometimes, or a can. Or a tub. Pan, I've got a little parchment at the bottom, but you also want to grease the sides, or you can just grease the whole pan. Parchment just for extra insurance and easy cleanup. You could also make this in a disposable 9x13 pan and just serve it straight from the pan. All right, this just goes into an oven, 350 degrees for just about 15 to 20 minutes. These are gonna be so good. Thing is, you can just look at it right now, because I have to let these cool completely. And then later, before we head out, I will slice them and tray them up. I'm gonna get a little festive with this one, and these are the best and easiest Rice Krispie treats you'll ever make. I'm gonna make it, bake it, and serve it straight from this pan. Grease a 9x13, 6 tablespoons of butter, then some marshmallows, and a box of Rice Krispies. A little vanilla before that. I'm actually gonna do 2 pans, 1 for each team. You don't think it's gonna work, but it does. And the marshmallows and the Rice Krispies get a little bit like toasty flavor, so it just like elevates a Rice Krispie treat. So these go into the oven, 350 for about 15 minutes, or just until everything's melted. These smell divine. See how it worked? Spray your little spatula, and then you go to mixing. I just love this hack. Get to that butter at the bottom. Now, when you're just about ready to press them down, you can customize them for your team. So you can go in with your team colors and sprinkles. Roll Tide, or go Oklahoma, or whatever other teams are those colors. You wanna see it again? See how these like marshmallows get a little toasty, and so do the Rice Krispies that are on top. You can hear it snap, crackle, and pop too. The least messy way to make Rice Krispie treats. Press it down firmly, and then for the blue team, or whatever team you're on. Or you could put these 2 together and call it Ole Miss. All right, so these will cool completely, and then you can just travel with them just like this. A bonus sweet treat if you're trying to be healthy, a fruit tray. But I saw a helmet made from a watermelon, and I thought it was the cutest thing. I also saw the tutorial, and it didn't look hard. So we're gonna do this. So you're gonna cut off the bottom third. and we're going to cut the opening of the helmet. So you trace it. They use like a dry erase marker, and now we cut it out with the knife. Paring knife is gonna be what's best, and you're just gonna go just through the rind. Ooh. Save all this. This is gonna go on a fruit tray. All right, then you're gonna scoop out all of the helmet. This is not trash. You can freeze that, then blend it up with a little tequila and thank me later. Okay, there's the top of my helmet. Now for the face guard. Cut that in half. Again, this is just more fruit for our tray. Cut this off. Dry it off so that you can write on it again. And we're gonna cut out like 6 small rectangles. I think my son would be so proud of this. Can you see the vision? It's okay, just wait. I'm gonna cut off just the end underneath here so that it will sit flat. Okay, and then I'm just gonna carve out where I traced, and then you just pop them out. I mean, just trust me, if I can do this, anybody can do this. 42. We have this, and we have to get it like this. So we have to just cut off these little corners to attach these with toothpicks. You know it, it's cute. Now we're just gonna put this on a tray and fill it with fruit. They'll be like, did you do that? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. In my experience, every tailgate has a Bloody Mary. So we're gonna do a Bloody Mary bar. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and get my toppings ready for that so we can just set it up when we get out. Then we're just gonna keep everything in plastic bags. Then you can just throw it all in the cooler. Transportation is easy and cleanup is easy. Lemons and limes for your cocktails. This is the best way to cut your citrus for your drinks though. Don't give me a sliver, because you cannot squeeze that thing. This gives you proper, ability to squeeze it into your drink. That did not get in your eye, did it? The rest of our Bloody Mary toppings come out of a jar, and we can just throw those in the cooler. And then these little wine cups, they feel a little more decorative, but they're still disposable, and they're just a good choice here. And then same for our onion. The more you do ahead of time, the less you have to worry about when you get there. Because I do love to host things, but I also like to enjoy it. So I like to get the work out of the way. All right, so to wrap this up without it spilling or stinking, get your plastic, wrap it all the way around. Step 1. Oil keeps the smells out. Good to go. You can also throw them in a gallon Ziploc. And then one final thing. You're gonna make a little condiment caddy. If you happened to buy some beer for your tailgate, then you might have one of these. And they just fit perfectly for things you might wanna put on your hot dog. A little mustard, some hot sauce, relish, ketchup. This bottle's a little big, so you just gotta break the separator. And now we're ready to load it all up. You're gonna need a tub. This is going to serve a couple purposes. It's gonna help you haul everything to where you're going in a much easier way. But it comes with a lid, so that at the end of the day, you can throw all of your dirty dishes, utensils, everything in here and not worry about it again. This will keep the smells in, it'll keep the bugs out while you go to the game, and then all you have to do is bring it home and you can wash it later. Our Rice Krispie treats, we can simply put a lid on these, serve them straight from the container, or you can go ahead and cut them and put them on a platter. Oh, what'd you say? Oh, you wanted me to go ahead and sample it now? Okay. It's one of the best Rice Krispie treats. The butter, the bottom gets a little toasty. These are gonna be a hit. Don't forget about our Fluffernutter blondies. I think I'm gonna cut these kind of smaller so they go further. Plus they're gonna be really rich. Okay, I heard you. Go ahead and sample this too. Love at first bite right there. They're soft. They sort of like just melt in your mouth in the most incredible way. You might have the best tailgate out there. I mean, that's so much better than, running into the grocery store and getting some 2-week-old cookies. I think we are about there. I'm just gonna finish traying these up, get the bean dip in the oven, load it all up in the car, and get myself ready for the tailgate. It's gonna be a good time. Time to get this party started. We are about to have the best tailgate ever. I've got lots of tips and tricks to share with you now. First things first, I think it's time for a cocktail. I'm gonna set up a Bloody Mary bar with a couple little hacks. Remember, we want minimal fuss, minimal cleanup. So a muffin tin is the perfect way to set up your bar, whether it be Bloody Mary bar or a taco bar or a hot dog bar. You can always use a muffin tin. This is a great time for that. So we have our pre-cut toppings and accoutrements. I mean, it's already so cute. Every Bloody Mary has to have okra. Yes, my hands are clean, and I'll show you how I do that too out here. Then you just set this out with your vodka and Bloody Mary mix, and you're good to go. Now, for the ultimate treat. Where I come from, the drink of football is called the Yellowhammer. If you know, you know. This to me is kind of like the perfect day drinking or morning cocktail, if you will. Like instead of a mimosa, we're gonna have a Yellowhammer. All right, equal parts rum, vodka, and amaretto. Everybody's gonna be stopping by. Orange juice and pineapple juice next. More pineapple than orange. Nicole, you didn't bring your can opener. That's okay. She's always prepared. All right, and that's it. Then you would normally add a little bit of water in here also just to kind of dilute it a little bit. But since we're gonna be outside, I'm gonna go ahead and put ice in here, and as the ice melts, it will dilute this mixture. I'm gonna put a couple cherries in here for decoration, but each cup needs its own cherry. You don't want the cherries to get stuck in the spigot. And this, my friends, is a Yellowhammer. It's gonna be the hit of the tailgate. When it comes to decorations, keep it minimal. You can go to the dollar store and get some balloons. That can help people identify your tent, because you're going to be in like a sea of tents. So choosing, something that people could see kind of up top is key. Also, inexpensive little shakers. These are some of my favorite things ever. These are bug fans. So when you've got your food sitting out, the last thing people want is to see bugs crawling all over it, because then nobody eats the food. And then you don't have to worry, when you go to get your food, they don't hurt. So you can reach in there, doesn't cut you or anything like that. All right, what do we do with all the trash? You buy you a $4 laundry hamper, pop it up, don't throw it, and now you have a trash can. Put some extra ones down at the bottom. Tell me that's not cute. When it comes to plates, napkins, cups, everything, I'm gonna say disposable is the way to go. We did bring our bin for dirty dishes, but that's for our cute platters that we might have brought along or some utensils. We have our chips to go with our dips. No need to bring extra chip bowls along if you don't want to. Your chip bag is your bowl. Simply open your bag and then start pushing up from the bottom. The chips will start to rise to the top. And then you have your chip bag bowls. You gotta have paper towels on standby for messes, to dry your hands, whatever the case may be. A bungee cord is perfect for this. You're going to take one, slide it through your paper towels, and then it just hangs on the side of your tent. Genius. Couple important things for the cooler. Somebody's gonna need a bottle opener at some point, so you just attach it to one of the handles on the cooler. Good to go, and nobody can walk off with it. Dealing with lots of bags of ice is not nearly as fun as frozen water balloons. This is a great way to keep your drinks cold, and bonus if you want to get your team's colors to decorate the inside of your cooler with that. You can get those water balloons that come in a bunch in a pack. It's so easy to do. Fill them up all at once and freeze them. A great use for your wire cooling rack is inside your cooler. This will keep your food separate from the watery ice or drinks. Then there's no chance of getting these sandwiches soggy. We're just full of solutions today. There are no sinks and bathrooms nearby tailgates a lot of times, so it's always good to have some water on hand just to rinse things out or to wash your hands. So I like to set up one with soapy water and one with clean water. This is a great use for your empty laundry detergent. Bonus if you're an Alabama fan. So you've got clean water to wash and then another one to rinse. And could be out here all day. We're middle class fancy around here, so I use disposable chafing dishes. This is how you're gonna keep your hot food hot, no cords necessary. You just get one large pan and you wanna have like this much water in it. Then you get some disposable sternos and light them up. Those flames will heat up that water, causing steam, and it'll keep your food nice and warm. Our beloved talk trash dip. And then on this half, we'll just have an empty pan to put our grilled hot dogs in when they're ready. Speaking of, let's grill those dogs. A small propane portable grill is key for moments like this. I do not have time for charcoal or hauling out a big grill or anything like that. This is going to do the job just fine. Then you can buy these, little propane tanks like this. They're easy to transport, perfect for camping and stuff. And then you just set it under the table and you've got your little cooktop. We have our marinated dogs. I've got a little chili going on one end, and then we're just gonna grill our hot dogs. And once they're grilled, we'll put them in the chafing dish, and then we can put this cooktop away and be done. I'm sorry, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to eat hot dogs another way. Hot dogs are done, dips are out. This tailgate has officially begun. While it looks really impressive, you saw just how easy it was to do this. And when we're done, cleanup is gonna be so easy, and we can head on into the game. Got my hot dog ready. I gotta just get one perfect bite of trash talk. Top 5 best hot dogs I've ever had. Once you've landed at a tailgate like this, it's gonna be really hard to make it inside the game. No chandeliers required. Cherry on top to this whole tailgate. Woo! That's it.